very satisfying. That was satisfying. That'll probably cost me a lot of money. I need something else to snap into that's going to be flavorful and delicious and snappy. Well, in 1929, the world's most perfect snack was invented. It was beefy, it was crunchy, and it was delicious. It was a Slim Jim, and it exists in over 21 varieties and flavors at any given time. Over 21, okay, at any given time. So Slim Jim has gotten all exotic and decided to go around locales in the United States of America and focus on their famous flavors. I smell a hit. I'm Murph. I'm Murph. I'm Murph. I'm Murph. This is the Slim Jim All-Star Extravaganza of the United States, and you're watching Ken Murph do this. Let's do this.
Ken Murph do this, 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 Ken Murph do this.
So when I think of flavors of these fine United States, I think of Kansas City with their delicious barbecue. And I think of Seattle with their flounder. It's an acquired taste. And then I think of wherever Yoo-hoo was invented. Hopefully it was invented in the United States and not in some communist enclave over in something called this and that-istan, Yoo-hoo-istan, Stan-Stanistan. But I digress. But like I said, Slim Jim now has exotic U.S. snack-flavored Slim Jims. 3 varieties for now. I'm not exactly sure which one's which, but I'm going to try to determine what the flavor is and then pin it to a region. You will see with our high-tech graphic technology what the flavor is while I meander through. Camera person, if you will. Now, to me, Slim Jims are like a fine wine. They're to tease all the senses. Like, I already feel my fingers getting really greasy. Like, I feel like I want to touch somebody's diploma or a really important job application, and then my fingers will forever be embedded on there. It's like a coffee stain on a cop report when they're sitting in a van and they're like, I've been in this van for 14 days and we're going to get Honeycutt whether he likes it or not. And then you see Honeycutt like taking out his garbage and it's like chang, 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 like all these black and white pictures. So yeah, I'd like to put my greasy fingers on an important report right now. It's nice and greasy. It's nice and potent. Kind of a savory smell. Not too spicy. Not too salty, if salty has a smell. I'll give it a little lick. There is something there. Again, savory. More savory than tangy or salty. Has a good bite to it. Oh, I think this one's unmistakable. If you've ever been a latchkey kid tasked with making your parents dinner while you're using a hot pan that you shouldn't be using because you're 5 years old and you know your parents are going to be home soon and you don't want to be in punishment for making dinner wrong, you made Old Ortega and you perhaps had nacho cheese. Chili, Cali, nacho-inspired cheese, Cali taco. Yes. This one's unmistakable. It has the flavor of the beef. Not so cheesy. I didn't say not so cheesy. I said not so cheesy. But I could go for that on the reg, son. I'm going to finish that piece. Moving right along to flavor a numero dos. Yes, high-tech graphic technology at its best. The smell for this one is kind of even, if that makes sense. Like, there's a definite smell there. It definitely smells like a Slim Jim treat, but nothing pops out right away. A little less greasy, a little more contained. These all came from the same store in the same batch, because Slim Jim, if you'll notice, at your local establishment now has like a mail slot system. So these were all purchased at the same gas station down the road. Because really, are you going to go and buy a Slim Jim at a supermarket? You would probably get actual meat if you wound up in a supermarket. If you were trying for a Slim Jim, that's the best meat between the gas station caviar and the Lunchable. Distinctly dry, as in not a lot of grease, not a lot of bite. I can't place my finger on this. I'm gonna say this is good old New York Italian sausage. Let's see. Oh, Buffalo, New York. So I suppose that's a buffalo chicken. Here's a little known fact if you haven't been watching all the videos. I grew up approximately 55 miles from Buffalo. I've had both Duff's and Anchor Bar's wings. I'm sorry, Slim Jim, that's a fail. I'll tell you when you're ugly. I'll tell you when your baby's ugly. I'll tell you when your butt looks fat in a dress. Slim Jim, your butt looks fat and your baby's ugly. That is not a proper representation of a buffalo chicken wing. And I know there's a couple of gals on the Twitter that watch from Buffalo, and I'm sure they'll go out and try these and put in the comments section below that this ain't happening, Jack. Flavor number 3. So it's sort of in the middle of the two. It almost feels like a Tootsie Roll. Oh, this has a smell, baby. Let me tell you, I dated a girl, and this smells like her kisses. And it actually has oil like her mustache. Never mind, she was just a hairy girl, and she always smelled like lunch meats. This is my second wife. That's why I married her. Anyways, moving right along. Not too greasy, once again. The smell is potent. Oh, that like squirted grease in my mouth. Like if you like had a soy sauce packet and you went ting, or if you bit like a McDonald's barbecue sauce. Squirts right in your mouth. Tastes like boneless spare ribs from a Chinese joint. But I don't think Slim Jim would do that to us. I don't think they'd say, here's some Chinese food from America, because it's still like an ethnic delight. Chinese food tastes the same all over the country, whether you're in Butte, Montana, Miami, Florida, or LA, so. It does have an oniony, beefy sort of sensation to it. I'm going to say that's a Philly cheesesteak. Philly cheesesteak it is. So, you did a really good job on your Cali nachos, Slim Jim. You did a serviceable job on your Philly cheesesteak. Back to the drawing board on the buffalo chicken. But you know what? We don't like to end it like that. There's 21 flavors in production at all times, so even the old Murph can't get through them all because he also gets into the Sasquatch and the Matadors and the other assorted. You get those single pull pepperonis from Amish country. So there's a Slim Jim that I've not been told that I've not eaten. I don't know how my friends know this, but I've been informed that I've not eaten it. So I'm going to give a gander and I'm going to give a taste to a regular Slim Jim variety that you will see the name of right now. Okay. Middle of the road on the grease texture. Kind of a tangy spice. Almost between like a regular Slim Jim and a kind of a barbecue. Not too terribly greasy. There is like some herbs and spices in there, but it's not a Kentucky Fried Chicken flavored one, I know that much. I had to guess, I'd say pepperoni, but let's see. Nah. Okay, this makes sense now. Sweet and hot. I feel it a little bit in the back of my throat. The hot, I guess you get the sweet, then you get the hot. It's kind of like the Sour Patch Kid of a Slim Jim. I would eat it. I don't know why I haven't until now, because I'll take a challenge on something sweet and hot. That was my third wife. She was a baker, but she was caliente. She'd come home in a little outfit. Anyways, I digress. Slim Jims are always fun. And you know what else is always fun? Going back to the archives of Ken Murphy. If you missed our $10 back to school bonanza, that's there. There are playlists for reviews. You may have seen the card for it a little bit earlier. If not, we got all of our playlists at our site, Ken Murphy Do This. You go to the YouTube page. You can also go on Facebook, Ken Murphy Do This, Twitter and Instagram at Ken Murphy Do This. Let me know which of these Slim Jims you like the best. Let me know how many Tums you had to take, because I've had like this much of each one, and I'm probably going to have to take half a bottle, because it gets you right here, but you don't ever regret it. You never regret it, because you're like, man, I had some good Slim Jims. Coming up on Saturday, it will be a pumpkin spice bonanza. And you can watch when we had pumpkin spice lattes. This is not pumpkin spice lattes, friends. This is all food pumpkin spice that can be purchased at your local big box store or supermarket. Pumpkin spice is taking over in a big way. It's PSL mania. Pumpkin spice latte everything. Soon they're going to have it as hand soap and lip gloss and rectal thermometers dipped in pumpkin spice latte. You're not going to want to miss it. But until then, I'm Murph, and this has been Ken Murph Do This. We'll see you next time we do this.